नमस्ते सम्पूर्णलाई स्वागत छ क्रिकेट कर्नरको अफिसियल युट्युब च्यानलबाट। म प्रमेश धामीको। आज हामीसँग एकजना स्पेशल गेस्ट हुनुहुन्छ अल द वे फ्रम इन्डिया, कुशाल सिंह राठौर। हामी कुरा गर्नेछौँ इन्डिया वर्सेस इङ्ल्यान्ड बीच भएको अन्तिम तथा निर्णायक T20 म्याचको बारेमा। हामी त्यसको म्याचको बारेमा चिरफाड गर्ने प्रयास गर्नेछौँ कुशल दाईसँग जोडिएर। स्वागत छ दाई यहाँलाई।
Thank you so much, Pramesh bhai. Thanks for inviting me. Yes,
it's always a pleasure to have you in my show, especially in the cricket corner. Yes, all know about you, and you are pretty much famous in the Nepal as well. So, though you are born in India, but you have got a lot of followers in Nepal. So, how do you feel about it, especially after this will going through the match?
Oh yeah, man. What do I feel about the followers in Nepal or Indian team's victory? Well, feelings do they Thomas seems, huh?
Okay, that's great.
India won the series, man. It was amazing. Man, again, fans from Nepal following, sir. That's again amazing. So, all good and good.
So the निर्णायक म्याच थियो आजको, एकदमै क्रुसियल म्याच भनौँ न। तपाईको सिरिज आज डिसाइडेड थियो। सो यो म्याचमा टस जितेर ब्याटिङ गर्ने अथवा फिल्डिङ गर्ने निर्णय एकदमै क्रुसियल हुन सक्थ्यो। इङ्ल्यान्डले टस जित्यो, फिल्डिङ गर्यो। सम्भवतः सिरिजको पहिलो 3टा म्याच फिल्डिङ टस जित्ने टिमले जितेको थियो, त्यही अनुरूप पनि हुन सक्छ। तर यो म्याचमा, योभन्दा पहिलेको म्याचमा एकदमै विपरीत पनि भएको थियो। त्यो कुरालाई ध्यानमा राख्न सकिन होला। तर इन्डियाले जुन प्रकारको टस हार्यो, ब्याटिङ गर्न आयो अनि म्याच जितेर गयो। सो कहाँनिर चाहिँ एकदमै बेस्ट पार्ट अफ द इन्डियन टिम लाग्यो सुरुदेखि नै।
Exactly. Starting ko banchu toss ko बेलामा चाहिँ विराट कोहली was looking at the sky and praying. He had these prayers and he was like, please toss jita do Bhagwan, but that did not happen. Anyways, he was still happy to be batting first, and man, what an inning that was. What a partnership that was between Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Unbelievable. किनभने series start हुने बेलामा चाहिँ I had this wish and I wanted Virat and Rohit to open before the series started. The problem ji yo थियो कि there were so many openers, right? Shikhar Dhawan, KL Rahul, Ishan Kishan, Rohit Sharma. Virat Kohli was the 5th option to open in case they were, ready to open him or like open with him. But that's what fortune did, right? Things happened. Shikhar was dropped, and then Rahul was dropped in this match, and suddenly Virat Kohli opened with Rohit Sharma. And man, this reminded me of Sachin Sehwag, seriously. Like those old days.
Exactly. Just you talk about the openers, but I feel that there are so many keepers as well in the Indian squad.
Oh yes.
That's exactly what happened. So how do you say the Virat opening with the Rohit? Do you agree with the Indian team should continue with this pair?
Of course, I do agree because this Pachi we have a lot of strong players. If Ishan Kishan, of course, he'll get fit and he'll come back, so he might play in the number 3 slot. And this Pachi Surya Kumar, this Pachi Shreyas Iyer, then Hardik Pandya, Rishabh Pant. So that's a very very strong batting lineup. Once Jadeja is fit, he'll come back, and man, we'll have a very strong team. You the batting match, bowling ko pura garne wale pheri, that's again a different story. So yeah, this team pretty much looks like the best team in the world. They've already beaten the number 1 team, so confidence is all high.
Of course, this series is all about having a number 1 and number 2 team in the series, and it's all about the fantastic excitement and all. So यो सिरिजलाई तपाईले पर्सनली हेर्नुहुन्छ भने फर्स्टको 3वटा म्याच वन साइडेड भएको थियो। त्यो निर्णायक जुन लास्ट अन्तिम 2टा म्याच थियो, फ्यानहरूले खोजेको जस्तै म्याच भयो। सो यो म्याचमा चाहिँ इङ्ल्यान्डको गल्ती चाहिँ कुन ठाउँमा रह्यो? फिल्डिङ अथवा बलिङमै गल्ती हो कि पिचले चाहिँ ब्याटिङलाई बढी मद्दत गरेको जस्तो लाग्छ?
Many things, yeah. Pitchle, obviously expectation was a different theory. It was the ball was coming on good on the bat initial overs ma pani, and England bowlers were used to initial first 2-3 match here. The short balls were working for England, extra pace was working for England, but the same thing was backfired for them in this match. So different. But team selection ma pani, I think because they lost the previous match, they should have taken move in early, because त्यो मान्छे बिचारालाई टेस्ट सिरिज सकेपछि they asked him to stay first, बिचारा यहाँ बस्यो अनि पाँचवटा म्याच भयो. They did not include him in the playing 11, which was unfortunate, I feel. I guess this was the right opportunity because हेऱ्यौँ भने एउटा स्पिनर थियो आदिल रशीद, who was pretty good in this match, and I guess Moeen Ali's inclusion. Sam Curranलाई लिएको थियो, he bowled an over, that's it. अनि ब्याटिङ कहाँ पायो लास्टमा. So I guess team selection मा चाहिँ यहाँ एउटा mistake भएको छ, right? England को तर्फबाट that was a mistake. अनि of course bowling को execution मा पनि they tried the slower balls, but Indian batsmen were pretty much ready to face the slower balls too. Of course Rohit Sharma got out on the leg cutter, but apart from that, yeah, the team was pretty much ready with everything.
So as you said, Sam Curran, as you talk about the Sam Curran, so Sam Curran चाहिँ टिममा हुँदा हुँदा पनि तपाईले एक ओभर मात्र पायो, 11 को लागि खर्चेर गयो. सो तपाईको ब्याटिङ अर्डर पनि स्याम करनको नमिलेको, स्याम करनमा अथवा विश्वास नजताएका हुन् ओवेन मर्गनले, जुन हिसाबले त्यो अन्तिममा ब्याटिङमा पठाउनु. सो तपाईको जस बटलरको विकेट खस्ने बित्तिकै स्याम करन वाज द अप्सन है. त्यही पनि नपठाउनुको कारण चाहिँ के देख्नुहुन्छ तपाईँ त्यहाँ?
I guess lack of confidence was the thing, because I haven't seen him perform with the bat. Of course, opportunity pani त्यति धेरै पाएन Sam Curranले, and again I guess that was the decision making error made by the England team. Maybe promotion गरेको भए things would have been different, but by then match चाहिँ हातबाट बाहिर निस्किसकेको थियो, so didn't make a major difference over there.
Again the same person who really did well for the India, Shardul Thakur, works here as well. So Shardul Thakurको performance all over man. So त्यो दुईटा विकेट again Shardul Thakur, again match इन्डियाले जित्यो.
So Shardul Thakur, what do we say about him? He's the person who is, who does well in almost every match.
Let me remind you, is the highest wicket taker of the series.
Exactly. Never been in the highlight. He's the silent player, because Shantale, without any hype, because all the other person, be it Jasprit Bumrah or Bhuvneshwar Kumar now, all the other person are in the hype, but this guy does his work silently, goes home, chills, comes again the next day, does the same thing silently. So that's his pretty much has been his career till now. And he's a very good addition to the Indian team. Expensive चाहिँ हुनुहुन्छ हैन, he has been expensive, तर wicket taking ability जुन छ Shardul Thakurमा crucial point मा, अनि त्यो those overs between 15 and 20 मा हैन, if he's been thrown an over or two, he always performs at least like 1 or 2 wickets चाहिँ like Shardul Thakur ले लिन्छ नै लिन्छ.
So he does well in the IPL in 2020 as well for CSK. We have seen a lot many times. So what do you see? Where do you see Shardul Thakur if Jasprit Bumrah backs in the team? Mohammad Shami is there as well. So do you feel there is any way for Shardul Thakur in the team after the inclusion of Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami?
Well, that's a very, very tough thing to answer. Shardul Thakur ko advantage yo ho ki he's a better batsman compared to Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami, of course. So like many levels higher than them in batting. And he might be an option for a third seamer again, but problem चाहिँ यहाँ हुन्छ कि Bhuvneshwar Kumar pani he is fit and he's got his swing ready and he's swinging both the sides. So that again creates a good confusion for the Indian team. It's a good problem to have. Nothing negative to think about, but yeah, he'll be in the 15-member squad, and as the matches progress in the World Cup, he'll of course get his chance. He'll get into the team.
Obviously, you talked about the Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Let me go through that as well. So how do you see the Bhuvneshwar Kumar coming back in the team and performing well and winning the match for, contributing in the winning cause? So how do you feel about Bhuvneshwar Kumar especially?
Bhuvi, man, the memory goes back with, because I watched Bhuvi in his live match in the stadium. India-Pakistan ko match thi, and I saw this person swinging the ball, and Pakistani batsmen had no idea how to bat.
No clue. How can you forget that ball? Mohammad Hafiz, I guess. Mohammad Hafiz is the batsman, was the batsman.
That was an amazing, of course, India lost the match. Stadium गएर रातभरि टिकटको लागि लाइनमा बसेर India lost, but still that was great fun. अनि त्यसपछि पनि this was a high scoring match. India scored 224. England was chasing a high score, and again Bhuvneshwar was economical, 4 overs 15 runs and 2 wickets, man. And same thing happened in IPL when Bhuvneshwar was bowling.
Yes,
he gave away only
Bhuvneshwar was playing from Pune or India, I guess. Yes, exactly.
Bhuvi was
Yes,
in
Pune
Hyderabad at that time.
no. Pune Warrior India, I think. So
Right.
Chris Gayle scored 175 at that match. Are you talking about?
Yes.
Yes, I think Bhubaneswar was in the Pune Warrior India, led by the Dada, I think.
Okay, my bad.
Okay,
Okay,
that
not
doesn't
saying my
matter
memory
actually over
manipulation. Oh yeah.
there.
So anyways, he was pretty economical in that match, and this brought out the same kind of memories. And he has been a vital part of Indian team whenever there's been high scores, or his franchise cricket teams again. So Bhuvneshwar Kumar obviously swings the ball both the sides, as I mentioned earlier. In swing pani dami, out swing pani dami. Bichama questions आइरा थियो कि he's not able to swing it outside action like complete भइरहेको छैन, but he overcame all those things. And first match मा पनि like people were like, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar यार यति time पछि आछ and he's not performing well. You know the fans, right? They judge you based on one single match, but by the end of the series, he proved to be the most important person in this team.
So you
Especially,
match Ajur, continue.
yes,
Continue,
especially
continue.
when he was brought back to his second spell, your match ma, that wicket
Yeah.
which he took turned the match completely around. So Hardik Pandya took the catch, and that was the turning point of the whole match. Or else everybody felt that England might have a major chance of taking or snatching the game away from India. But Bhuvi was the major factor, the X factor for Indian cricket team.
Especially that decision was made by the captain was crucial. I think but goes back to the main bowler and the main bowler performed for him. So it was I think crucial decision by the captain and the brave decision, I guess.
Yes, of course. A very important decision. And त्यो जुन period of time हुन्छ गेममा 12 to 15 overs को पिचमा. So that's where when you're defending a score, that's where the whole match's process is decided. Because अब दुईटा ब्याट्सम्यान थियो, both were set, scoring all around the park, अनि त्यही crucial time मा आएर taking the wickets, and after that the whole England squad just tumbled down.
तासको पत्ता जस्तो बिग्रिसकेका थियो अरू सबै इङ्ल्यान्ड ब्याट्सम्यानहरू आफ्टर द्याट. So, how do you rate the opening pair of the Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, as we talked earlier in this show as well? So, अबको अर्को आउँदो म्याचहरूमा T20 वर्ल्ड
Rating
कपमा जाँदै
15 out
गर्दा
of 10. 15
oh
out of
my
10.
God, that's great. That's extra out of boundary. I mean,
Yes.
okay, let me again go through that. And heading toward the T20 World Cup nearly. So, do you see the same pair in the T20 World Cup as well, or do you find any changes in this opening pair?
Man, I'm praying for the same pair to open, but it's the management's decision. So, end of the day, we'll have no idea what's going to happen again. त्यो भन्दा अगाडि IPL छ, right? So many things to go. Many players would come out, emerge from IPL too, and like present squad को मान्छेहरू पनि they might perform really well in the IPL. Who knows? Shikhar Dhawan might be the highest run scorer in this edition of the IPL. Who knows? And if he does that, of course, key options छैन अब Indian management सँग. They have to pick Shikhar Dhawan and put him in the opening slot. So nothing can be said now. Still a long time to go. अब major focus चाहिँ अब next ODI series मा हुन्छ. There are obviously ODI मा चाहिँ opening गर्दैन विराट कोहलीले, because that's not the position suitable for him in that format. तर T20 मा चाहिँ I hope and pray, and that's been my wish too. So I'm just waiting for them to open, and man, that'll be if they open consistently, they'll end up as the best opening pair in the world very soon.
At the end, okay, that's the great point by you. And अर्को कुरा के पनि रहेको छ भने डेभिड मलान again fantastic, Josh Butler fantastic. So match and crucial match मा आएर you have got a huge target of 225 226. So they have showed their passion, they have showed their talent. So how do you rate about the Josh Butler innings and David Malan innings? He played like a number one batsman actually.
Yeah, he did. In the whole series, he did not perform. So I guess Indian fans were like, okay, world best matchman wants a cake. Leg stump बाट बाहिरको बलमा रिभर्स हान्छ. तर today he showed the world that, or at least the Indian fans, that why he's the number one T20 batsman in the world. And he played like a champion, man. I guess out नभएको भए he would have stolen the match away from India.
Exactly. So, do you feel for the Eoin Morgan who didn't perform in the series, and as he is known for the best, T20 player or the best limited over captain? So, do you feel for him as well?
Yes, yes, of course, I do feel for him. The fans expected a better performance from Captain Morgan, but things did not happen, and maybe situations when whenever he came to bat, the team either was in a crunch of overs left, or team were chasing a total, and he had to hit his shots, and that's how he got out. And generally, expectations he body थियो अझै, he could have performed better, and of course England fans would be disappointed by this series in particular.
सो अगेन म तपाईँले चाहिँ बलरको तर्फबाट तान्न चाहे, बलर यही स्टेडियम थियो तर ड्रेस भने अलिक फरक थियो, सेतो ड्रेस थियो, रातो बल थियो, स्पिनरको दबदबा एकदमै थियो। तर यो म्याच सिरिज T20 सिरिजमा चाहिँ पेसरहरूले एकदमै धेरै बिग्रिए। सो व्हाट इज द एक्चुअल रिजन बिहाइन्ड इट? Why the Pacers are so successful in the T20 series and they took a lot of wicket? So what do you feel about it?
Well, the pitch, simple answer. किनभने टेस्ट सिरिजमा the pitches were totally different, and a dusty pitch थियो, यहाँ चाहिँ totally red soil pitch थियो.
Again, you are again raising question against the pitch. So why don't you think is the
not
ball also
question against the
changed?
pitch? A dusty pitch is not a wrong pitch. I just said that it was a different pitch. I know, not a wrong pitch. Of course, not a wrong pitch. It's the home advantage, right? That the team hosting the games has its own. It's within their rights to choose the kind of pitch they want to, and based on the format, they made the right decisions, and the home team won it.
Obviously, the pitch, dusty pitch, and this pitch you are already had, the what we call like in Nepal, Bivada. तपाईँले विवाद पहिले गरिसक्नु भएको छ, so fans have got the chance to saying that your pitch is the ball, your pitch is the ball.
You play based on your advantage, right? In test match, of course, we knew that England batsmen would obviously fall weak against Indian spinners, and because it's a longer format, and त्यहाँ चाहिँ spinners लाई assist गर्ने pitch बनायो. अब shorter format, of course, different pitch, and based on Indian lineup's strengths, again things were changed, and end of the day, India won the series, both the series.
Absolutely. So what do you think about the debutant of the series, both Ishan Kishan and the Surya Kumar Yadav? They played really well. Surya Kumar Yadav again in this match. So do you see again they both are in the World Cup squad?
Of course. Surya Kumar especially has waited a long period of time. He made his debut after playing the highest number of IPL matches. Right? Like no other Indian player has played so many IPL matches and then made his debut. But Surya Kumar had waited. First Surya was sky. Sky was black in Kolkata. राति थियो त्यसको जिन्दगीमा, त्यसपछि मुम्बईमा आयो, sky became blue and gold, sunrise. And त्यसपछि Indian team अब चाहिँ sun is here.
Blue. The sky is blue again.
Blue now.
So I guess Surya was used to ball as well in the earlier days while playing for the Kolkata.
Is it? Oh man, I don't remember. I'm really sorry.
Yes, I guess. I may be wrong, but I just guess it. So obviously तपाईँले भनिहाल्नुभयो धेरै म्याचहरू खेलेर सूर्य कुमार आएको छ, पाकेर आएको छ, तपाईँको फल पाकेपछि एकदमै मिठो हुन्छ। सो त्यही कारणले आएको छ। ऋषभ पन्तले पनि पहिला चान्स पाएको थियो, अलिकति पाक्न बाँकी भएर चान्स पायो, त्यही भएर टिमबाट इन एन्ड आउट हुँदै आयो। सो अहिले आयो म्याच्योर इनिङ देखाइरहेको छ। ऋषभ पन्त अलिकति भनौँ न ग्रो भएर आएको छ यस सिरिजमा, स्पेशली अस्ट्रेलिया सिरिजदेखि एकदम त्यो किसिमको म्याच्योरिटी लिएर आएको छ। विराटले पोस्ट म्याचमा पनि भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो होइन कि अलिकति ऋषभ पन्तको म्याच्योरिटी बढेको छ। सो यो म्याच्योरिटी बढेको रिजन चाहिँ के हो? म्याक्सिमम फेलियर हो कि अथवा भनौँ न डेभलपमेन्ट हुँदै गयो एजमा, अथवा के कारण चाहिँ हुनसक्छ म्याच्योरिटी बढेको?
Well, first thing, he's very young, हैन, म भन्दा पनि 3 वर्ष सानो हुनुहुन्छ, right?
Oh really? So हजुरको भाइ पऱ्यो त ऋषभ पन्त?
या मेरो भाइ त्यो फुच्चेले राम्रो खेल्यो हैन। So let's turn the clock back when Rishabh Pant was not performing in the Indian jersey, and every ठाउँबाट criticism and troll. He was not good with his wicket keeping skills, and people were like, why do we even have him in this team? Like he's the next Maggie man. And like a lot of criticisms. But as the coach mentioned, Ravi Shastri mentioned that this person has worked really hard. He's been working harder than anyone in the team. Fitness, ma, wicket keeping skills, ma. He's put his everything, and now we see the result, right? Not only in this series, if we see in the Australian series, that's where the whole change started. So Australia series, ma, the way he prepared himself, the way he grew. The way he was the X factor for Indian team in winning the Test series in Australia. त्यहाँदेखि त्यसपछि चाहिँ त्योभन्दा अगाडि लिमिटेड सिरिजमा चाहिँ he was not a part of Indian team. त्यही टोरमा he was picked up in the Test team because he performed in the previous tour when India won against Australia. योभन्दा like previous
2018.
toरमा. Yeah. अनि त्यसपछि based on that he was picked and he showed his class and his improvement, his maturity, and the way he has grown. त्यो अस्ट्रेलिया सिरिज पछिदेखि लिएर अब इङ्ल्यान्डको Test series and त्यसपछि फेरि T20 series and now hopefully for the ODI series he's been better with his decision making skills. He's and had a calm mind now and he hasn't made stupid mistakes and जुन भइरहेको थियो पहिला like एउटा पर्टिकुलर सिचुएसनमा जुन शट नखेल्नु पर्ने he was playing the same shot but तर अहिले चाहिँ त्यो हेर्न मिलेन. He was much more composed and much more mature about his decision making. So I guess it's the hard work, it's also the criticism, because criticism leni motivational part खेल्या छ. So the criticism, the hard work and the decision making changes, all these things combined together have brought in a new man named Rishabh Pant. A totally different version now, update version.
Obviously, he is now. So let me talk about the Shreyas Iyer, that the kind of performance he played throughout the series, though he played a small knock. So in the last match, in the fourth match, he played a responsible inning. So do you feel? Do you find Shreyas Iyer should be in this team for the long time? So what if Manish Pandey got fit? Who should sit outside? What if the other? Ishan Kishan get fit? So the team need to be balanced. So how do you see this team? Making combination again and again. For playing one player, you need to you need to sacrifice your position. Just Virat did in the last match and this match as well. So how do you see about the combination of this team in the future?
Well, Shreyas Iyer, of course, I don't think any batsman can replace Shreyas, at least in this team, like playing 11. I don't think any other batsman who's in the outside, who's sitting on the bench or who's not fit now, I don't think anyone would be able to replace Shreyas, because he's been a kind of a player. Yo series ma he's played in different positions and performed in every single position. He's played in different situations and played according to the situation. Right, first T20 dekhi liera aile samma, like fifth match samma, he's been one consistent guy who has given all, like his all. Jun situation ma JJ requirement, he has completed it all, and he's a very mature guy. Of course, captain of his franchise team to Delhi Capitals.
Delhi Capital.
So of course, Shreyas Iyer cannot be replaced. He is irreplaceable. So Jun batsman option, they'll have to find other people to replace. But I don't think Shreyas Iyer will be going out of this team any soon. No, not at least for a few years now.
So यो रहेको त T20 सिरिजको बारेमा चर्चा. अब हामी ओडिया सिरिजमा प्रवेश गर्छौँ. ओडिया सिरिज आउँदै गर्दा इन्डियाको टिम हिजो भर्खर मात्र तपाईको एनाउन्स भएको छ. केही नयाँ अनुहारहरू हामीले देखेका छौँ ओडिया सिरिजमा. ओडिया सिरिजमा तपाईको ओपनर पनि त्यतिकै धेरै रहेका छन्. शुभमन गिल, रोहित शर्मा, शिखर धवन and KL Rahul. So whom do you see the opening the inning for the India? First choice opener for you.
At least in the initial matches, I'm pretty sure that KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma will be the first choice. Maybe Shikhar Dhawan.
Though KL Rahul didn't open for India in ODI series, in last ODI series.
Yeah, he did not. But I still feel that the team will back KL Rahul, and in different format again, he'll have more time to settle down. And we all know how good a player he is. He single-handedly can turn the whole match. And him combined with Rohit Sharma, they bring out a beautiful, jodi, right? So
I don't feel that the Shikhar Dhawan does a huge mistake not getting into the playing 11 at least for the ODI. So he's pretty good with the ODI stat.
Yeah, he is good. Shikhar Dhawan, of course, is good. But I think the first choice of a pair would be KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma, and Shikhar Dhawan might be brought in the second ODI, maybe. Not sure what happens what happens within the management. But I personally feel कि KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma would be the first choice of players
म
to
चाहिँ के
open
फिल
for this.
गर्छु भने म चाहिँ के फिल गर्छु शिखर धवन एन्ड रोहित शर्मा सुड ओपन फर द इन्डिया and I'm pretty sure that they are going to give a very best start to the side. So again, let me remind you that Prasidh Krishna is one of the new faces in the team inclusion. So though I don't see any place for him in the side, but he had a lot of things to learn after selected in the team. So how do you see the India's All India Selection Committee giving each and every player giving chances? जसले डोमेस्टिक स्तरमा एकदमै राम्रो प्ले गरेको छ भर्खरै विजय हजारे ट्रफी सकेको थियो त्यसमा राम्रो गर्ने प्लेयरहरूलाई हरेकलाई चान्स दिएको छ सो हाउ डु यु रेट दिस सिलेक्सन कमिटी
So this has been better than what we've seen in the previous past 5-6 years, because we did not see, people were performing in domestic matches, but still Indian team was very rigid with a bunch of 20 or 25 players, and were not looking forward to other people. So yeah, as the selection committee has changed, as things have changed in the top level management, so those things have reflected now based on the domestic performances, and I'm pretty sure that this is a very good thing which is happening. And based on domestic performances, people have been selected. And Indian domestic circuit is though where like already pakeko huncha, because they play so many matches. They are so experienced, and of course so much competition to even get into the domestic side. So they're already pretty much ready to get into any international team in the world. So this selection process has been real good and giving opportunity to these youngsters who have been performing in those matches. This is a great revelation for the fans too, because there was a lot of complaint like यति धेरै राम्रो performances दिइरहेको छ हाम्रो केटाहरूले रणजी ट्रफीमा विजय हजारेमा और मुस्ताक अली ट्रफीमा, तर सेलेक्सन कमिटीले इग्नोर गरेर छ भनेर. So those things have changed, and that's a very positive thing to see.
So obviously opening तपाईको चाहिँ ओपनिङ डिफरेन्ट भयो, मेरो ओपनिङ डिफरेन्ट हो. 3 नम्बरमा विराट कोहली दुईटैको सेम चोइस हुन सक्छ. सो अगेन 4 नम्बरमा श्रेयस अय्यर अगेन है त. सो 5 नम्बरमा विकेट किपर ऋषभ पन्त, or you are going with KL Rahul to keep the wicket?
No. Rishabh Pant. No, Rishabh Pant. Of course, Rishabh Pant.
So okay, so all-rounder. Two brothers playing together. Two brother playing together.
All-round brothers playing together. Krunal Pandya, I'm hopeful that he makes into the playing 11 right in the first match. I'm very hopeful for that. But team management like decision that depends on them. So I'm pretty sure Hardik Pandya is the first choice of opener. So not opener, all-rounder.
All-rounder. So त्यो सबै कुराले कस्तो ओपनिङको लागि मात्र गइसकेको छ कि तपाईको जस्तो टी20 सिरिजमा कुरा गरौँ न. प्रेस प्री म्याच कन्फरेन्समा सायद विराट कोहलीले रोहित एन्ड राहुल फर्स्ट चोइस ओपनर भनेको थियो. फर्स्ट म्याचमा शिखर राहुल, सेकेन्ड म्याचमा राहुल ईशान, थर्ड म्याचमा फरक. सो यो कारणले पनि तपाईको माइन्डमा चाहिँ त्यो ओपनिङ कम्बिनेसन गुन्जिरहेको छ आई गेस. सो ओके,
imagine Hardik Pandya opening with Rohit Sharma, man, in an ODI match.
So he can do that as well. He is capable of that as well.
मलाई एउटा वाइल्ड गेस चाहिँ मैले गरेको थिएँ कि यो टी20 सिरिजमा मेबी ऋषभ पन्त might open.
So I love to see Rishabh Pant to open the inning with Rohit Sharma and anybody else, because he does for that in I think under 19 World Cup and Nepal सँग त्यो इनिङ आयो. म कहिले बिर्सिदैन किनकि नेपालको फर्स्ट म्याच थियो. नेपालको
both of us have different emotion related to the same match.
Yes, नेपाल टिममा एकदमै डिस्प्याच गरेको थियो त्यो इनिङ. ऋषभ पन्त was fantastic on that match. Okay, यो म्याचमा चाहिँ अब तपाईको भनौं न यो भन्दा पहिला चाहिँ केएल राहुलले विकेट किपिङ गर्दै आउनु भएको थियो ओडिआई मा चाहिँ इन्डियाको लागि लास्ट फ्यु इयरबाट भनौं न एक सालबाट. सो यो म्याचमा चाहिँ परिगयो ऋषभ पन्त चाहिँ अब फिक्स देख्नुहुन्छ तपाई?
Of course. Rishabh Pant will not be replaced as a wicket keeper anytime soon. Skill level ma pani improvement bhako cha ani अहिले comparison गर्यौं भने Rishabh Pant stands a few steps ahead of KL Rahul in terms of wicket keeping skills.
That's great. So, do you find any place for Kuldeep Yadav, who is just
that's the question itself made me sad. I feel like right now, that's what I really feel for that man, Kuldeep Yadav. I am hopeful that he makes it into the team, but again, the combination and end of the day 11 जना मात्रै खेल्न पाउँछन् हैन. So
त्यही मैले त्यही भनिरहेको थिएँ अघि मैले फेसबुकमा ट्रोल देखिरहेको थिएँ कुलदीप यादवले भन्छ कि आफ्नो क्याप्टेनलाई विराट कोहली अभियसली मैंने क्या बिगाड़ा था भाई मैंने क्या गलत किया था जो मुझे टीम से बाहर निकाल दिया so kind of that so that is the things one of the so I think I don't see any three spinner playing together so Kuldeep I mean Yuji and Kunal may play so otherwise
yes.
I'm not surprised if Wasi play.
Yes, of course. I also see Washi making it into the team in the ODI series. If not in the first match, at least for the next two matches, he'll be inside.
So who will be your two other pitcher? Barring
because Shami is not there, Bumrah is not there. Right.
Yes, obviously one pitcher will be the Bhuvneshwar Kumar. So who is going to join Kubi? So don't you see Shardul Thakur?
Shardul Thakur will be an option. Maybe the third seamer. The top two seamers would be seamers of choice would be Bhuvneshwar and Siraj.
So again, यही सब मतलब कुरा गर्नुभएको थियो शार्दुल ठाकुर maybe the best choice because he has the batting advantage.
T20.
So ODI में तपाईँलाई ब्याटिङ चाहिएकै हुन्छ. So low down the order. You need batting as well.
Of course, we do need batting. Bhuvi bats a little bit as well. But again, Siraj will be inside because of his, if you compare Shardul and Siraj has got a better pace and he is Junzip bowling ma. So I guess Siraj will be because Bumrah chhaina, Shami chhaina, right? So we'll need an equal replacement. Shardul doesn't fall into that category of bowlers, but I'm pretty sure Siraj does fall.
So let's moving ahead to the England side. Though we didn't have got any squad about the England side, so we guess that T20 squad नै India को ODI squad हुन सक्छ maybe. There may be a few changes, but do you see again Jason Roy and Bairstow opening for the England, obviously? So the 3-number route.
Yes.
I think Moeen Ali should play.
Moeen Ali should play. He has to play in the ODI series, not the England ko scientific tarika ekdam unscientific.
So Moeen Ali
scientific team भित्र like scientific committee भित्र एउटा पण्डितजी बस्नु भएको छ नि is throwing astrological cards if finally is not elected.
So I think Moeen Ali doesn't have good stat against India, or what is the reason behind he's sitting in the bench?
Not sure. I think England's selection policy has some flaws in it, because they've again played we've always been hearing of this rotational policy implemented by England कि bio bubble मा छम अनि एउटालाई घर पठायो अर्कोलाई लिएर आयो अनि फेरि यसलाई घर पठायो अर्कोलाई लिएर आयो. So that thing again puts in confusion in the players' minds too. अनि मोइनलाई बिचारालाई घर पठाएन नि राख्यो तर खेल्न पाएन. तर at least for that sake कि bro तो 5 matches को लागि पानी मात्रै बोकेर आइरहेको थिइस्, at least for that sake he has to be played.
तैँले चाहिँ खेल्नै पर्छ, अब जस खेले पनि अब जिताउनु पर्छ टिमलाई. सो T20 सिरिजको अन्त्यतिर आएर चाहिँ हामीले एक्साइटमेन्टहरु भेट्यौं. फर्स्ट 3 वटा म्याच चाहिँ एकदमै वान साइड भएको थियो. सो दुईटा म्याचहरु एक्साइटमेन्ट. सो ओडिआई सिरिजलाई पनि कसरी रेट गर्नुहुन्छ तपाई? अब एक्साइटमेन्टहरु हुन्छ अथवा के हो त? सो अब तपाईले मैले कता सुनेको थिएँ वर्ल्ड कप सकिने बित्तिकै इन्डिया न्यूजील्यान्डको सिरिज खेलेको थियो. त्यति बेला विराट कोहलीले भनेको थियो ओडिआई इज नट रेलेभेन्ट, मिन्स त्यति उचित छैन भनौं न, त्यति महत्त्व राख्दैन भनेको थियो. सो व्हाट डु यु फिल, ओडिआई इज रेलेभेन्ट अर इरेलेभेन्ट?
Well, depends on the context. The अहिलेको सिचुएसन हेरौं, after this series India is not playing ODIs for a really long time. The next thing we have is England को tour छ जहाँ only test matches छ, no ODIs to be played, अनि त्यसपछि T20 World Cup छ. So like in the जुन visible long term छ त्यहाँ चाहिँ ODI यो मात्रै एउटा सिरिज छ. So यसको कन्टेक्स्टमा लियौं भने not very relevant. So, and I was also hoping for more senior players to take rest and give opportunity to youngsters, so that we could, bring out a few more new talents. There are still bowling department ma chahi tyo bhacha. I expected the same thing in the batting department, but of course it's the team management and their decision. So relevancy ko कुरा गऱ्यौँ भने त्यही हो, depends on the context. अहिलेको context मा चाहिँ, because after this कुनै major like कुनै ODI matches छैन, so यहाँ चाहिँ बस masala, like just it's not the main course, just माथिको masala माथि.
Let me add on that as well. पेन्डेमिक पछिको सिरिज भएकोले पनि अलिकति रेलिभेन्सी हुन सक्छ कि पेन्डेमिक पछि तपाईको क्रिकेट खेल्दै हुनुहुन्छ, सो प्लेयरहरू आर ब्याक इन द ग्राउन्ड, सो आई थिंक दर्शकहरूलाई एकदमै इन्टरटेन भयो नि त। इभन द टेस्ट सिरिज एज वेल, टेस्ट सिरिजमा मान्छेहरूले त्यो चासो दिएर हेर्नुभयो है त, फलो गर्नुभयो T20 सिरिज लाइक द्याट। सो अब दर्शकहरू ग्राउन्डमा पुगेर हेर्नु भएको थियो T20 सिरिजको फर्स्ट 2-3टा म्याचहरू। सो ओडिआईको लागि के रहेको छ अहिले, visitor are allowed or not? Have you got any information about it?
T20 series में is your first like few matches, 2 matches allowed पाते हैं ना, 2 or 3?
Oh, 2, I guess 2 or 3. I'm not sure about it as well.
Yes, which COVID outbreak start भयो India मा, अनि again like seal भइसक्यो. So I don't think ODI series मा पनि, because first match चाहिँ पुणेमा भइरहेछ अनि Maharashtra already is suffering due to suffering by the COVID crisis, so I don't see crowds coming in. There are कुनै major कुनै official decision चाहिँ आएको छैन BCCI बाट कि crowd allow हुन्छ कि हुँदैन भनेर. So not pretty sure that, but I don't think the crowd will be coming in. तर still Hotstar छ, Jio TV छ, so people will watch. अनि हाम्रो लाइभमा एकजना मान्छेले हेरिरहेछ है, राइट? सो तर त्यहाँ चाहिँ 1 million हुन्छ, 1 million देखि स्टार्ट हुन्छ. So
Yeah, that's a quite a comedy. I mean, fun. So England India series T20 series टिक मार्क गरेको छ इन्डियाले, टेस्ट सिरिज कब्जा गरेको छ। ओडिआई सिरिजमा चाहिँ कसको चाहिँ बढी दबदबा देखाउँछ र भाइ? दबदबाको कुरा गरौँ न त। अभियसली होम सिरिज छ, इन्डियालाई बेनिफिट छ। अगेन इन्डिया भनिहाल्नु, सो इन्डियाको बेनिफिट छँदैछ। इङ्ल्यान्डले चाहिँ त्यो बेनिफिटलाई अलिकति बोयकट गर्नको लागि के चाहिँ एक्स्ट्रा अर्डिनरी गर्नुपर्छ?
टिम सेलेक्सन, analysis of the surface, analysis of the ground, अनि त्यही अनुसार टिमको सेलेक्सन। अनि त्यसपछि मोइन अली might be the major factor in the Indian team, because batting, bowling, fielding पनि like एक साइडमा हेरौँ न। So he's the Ravindra Jadeja of England team अहिले, अनि he is very important and very crucial for them to be kept in the team. So team selection, of course, selection policy ma अब अहिले चाहिँ 2टा सिरिज खेलेपछि, of course they're used to this country and these conditions, and players would be pretty much ready, and psychologically pani they'll be pretty much open in considering different players. So I guess team selection राम्रो भयो भने England will have a very good chance in taking the series, but my prediction is India 2, England 1.
म त्यही सोध्ने वाला थिएँ, तपाईँको प्रेडिक्सन के रहेको छ भने। सो त्यही तपाईँले भनिहाल्नु। सो हामी अन्त्यमा
फर्स्ट ओडिआई इङ्ल्यान्डले जित्छ, बिकज
ट्रेन इज सेम।
अनि तर वर्ल्ड टेस्ट च्याम्पियनशिपको त्यही डर लागिरहेको छ मलाई हैन, एउटा म्याच मात्रै छ।
त्यस्तो हुन्छ नि, त्यसमा 5वटा सेसन हुन्छ हैन त, 5वटा दिन हुन्छ। फर्स्ट दिन न्युजिल्यान्डले जित्छ, बाँकी 4वटा
इङ्ल्यान्डले डोमिनेट गर्छ। त्यसपछि
that might be the option. अलिकति टेन्सन कम हुन्छ, तपाईँले त्यो एज्युम गर्नुभयो।
मैले त गए यो त अब प्याटर्न हेर्दा त WTC को फाइनल जित्दैन भनेर लाग्यो, तर यु क्लियर द क्लटर। नाउ आई एम प्रिटी मच कन्फिडेन्ट। या
त्यसमा दिनको 3टा सेसन हुन्छ। फर्स्ट सेसन न्युजिल्यान्डले जित्यो, दोस्रो सेसन 2टा सेसन इङ्ल्यान्डले जित्छ, इन्डियाले जित्छ। सेसनको कुरा गरौँ न, दिनको कुरा धेरै भयो भने पनि। सो हामी लास्टतिर छौँ। लास्टमा तपाईँले भनिहाल्नु 2 इन्डिया 1 इङ्ल्यान्ड। सो व्हाट्स मेक यु फिल इन्डिया विनिङ द सिरिज? व्हाट फ्याक्टर एक्चुअली मेक यु?
The whole team actually, the whole team, because अहिलेसम्म हेर्यौँ भने both the test series and the T20 series नेगेटिभ चाहिँ एकदम कम छ इन्डियन टिममा अहिले प्रेजेन्ट सिचुएसनमा। पोजिटिभ एकदम बढी। द बेन्च स्ट्रेन्थ इज सो स्ट्रङ that any player has an equal replacement. जुनसुकै players, be it the top order, be it the middle order or the bowlers, spinners or seamers, every single player has an equal replacement. अनि त्यो हेरेर I don't think anything will bother the Indian team going into the
let me remind you that India have inexperienced bowling lineup. So
inexperience in international cricket, brother, not experience in life.
so international cricket, धेरै ठुलो माइने राख्छ क्या इन्टरनेसनल क्रिकेट भयो भने इनएक्सपिरियन्स बोलिङ लाइनअप छ कतै चुक गरियो भने आई डोन्ट फिल सेफ हियर बोलिङ हेर्ने भने अलिकति
it's no very experienced Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, mildly experienced Mohammad Siraj, ani naya bhaiharu. So this is a very good combination, and Bhuvi is a very good leader of a pack, so he I'm pretty sure that he'll lead the bowlers very well, and India's gonna rock the series.
So inexperienced bowling lineup versus experienced bowling lineup. England have got the experienced bowling lineup. So India have got the Chatur Yuzvendra Sahal. How can we forget him?
Of course we can't.
So, so experienced bowling lineup of England, Jofra Archer, Mark Wood. So these two are going to destroy India as they did in the T20 series.
They'll be wanting and longing to destroy India, but again, if you look at the batting lineup, those people are simply ranked as the best players in the world. So I don't think those only two bowlers would be a major problem for the Indian batsmen. And I see India winning the series by 2-1, as I told you. No question asked.
Okay, fine. So we are going to conclude this conversation over here only.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pramesh Dhami, the Dhami or Dhami. Anyways, you're Dhami, so that's fine. So Dhami Manche, thank you so much for bringing me in, and this was a great conversation that we had, and I'm hopeful for having many more conversations with Cricket Corner. And all of you guys who are watching this video, if you've reached the end, I don't know how you tolerated us, but thank you for tolerating, and please do subscribe to this channel because we'll be coming up with a lot of content, and we are gonna make you laugh with we've got many concepts in discussion, and we are hopeful that we'll be coming up with those things very soon. So please subscribe to the channel, and we'll घन्टी बजाओ
नोटिफिकेसनको घन्टी बजाउनुहोस् तपाईलाई नोटिफिकेसन आइपुग्छ क्रिकेट कर्नरमा कुनै अपडेट आयो भने तपाईले अपडेट पाउन सक्नुहुन्छ
होस्ट मिस्टर प्रमेश धामीले भन्नुहुन्छ नमस्कार स्वागत छ तपाईको हाम्रो YouTube च्यानल
Exactly, that's a great compliment for me. And धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद तपाईँ सम्पूर्णलाई जो कसैले पनि यस क्रिकेट कर्नरमा आएर चाहिँ हाम्रो यस भिडियोलाई हेरिदिनु भयो इंग्ल्यान्ड भर्सेस इन्डिया सिरिजको बारेमा चर्चा सुनिदिनु भयो तपाईलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद र क्रिकेट कर्नरको युट्युब च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब गरेर नोटिफिकेसन बेल बजाइदिनु होला ताकि तपाईले सम्पूर्ण अपडेटहरु पाउन सक्नुहुन्छ धन्यवाद
Thank you so much. Ciao ciao.